Out on the field, and they will send this one away. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Freeman again, a first down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
To throw on second down is Keenum. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
First down, it's Keenum. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, here's Keenum. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Keenum going to try and throw on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Let's go, let's go. 53.
Well, snap came at 1. Keenum out to his left. That's caught. It's Thomas. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From back at the 8 now after the false start. Another try at 1st and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards that time for number 19. play action here on first down. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Second down, Mayfield. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. Edelman was the intended target.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, that's the down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A toss to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a first down throw. Keenum. Throwing right side. That's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Let's go, let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Carry left, carry left. Roger, roger, roger. 53.
On 1st down, Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Keenum here again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. He will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Hold on. Go doctor, doctor. Hey, take 1, man. Take 53. Hey, 52. Take 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
To play in a tightly contested 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Roger, roger, roger. Hey, 50. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange.
Keenum now on 1st down. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Levante David in there to get him for a loss of 5. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, go, Roger. Hey, all right. 52, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Keenum to throw. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 29 yards, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. To the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mayfield. And the grab by Croft. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Cook following the penalty. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check, Patriot! Patriot!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run with Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Keenum over the middle here to Wilson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Stop. Let's go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And McManus able to put it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And complete, right side to Cook. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Keenum now to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. The Sanders has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2, Keenum. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Freeman again. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And McManus able to put it through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, and he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Now Mayfield. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Freeman trying to earn some more carries in this Bronco running game as they come up here 1st and 10. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire